On May 1, 2026, Alyssa Liu skated onto the ice at Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. The arena holds 16,000 people. It was full. And when she appeared, the crowd responded with the kind of noise that Prudential Center was not built for figure skating to produce. The same noise it makes for a playoff game. The same noise it makes for a sold-out concert. 16,000 people in an arena built for the New Jersey Devils, for one figure skater from Oakland, 3 months after she won 2 gold medals and did a hair flip that the internet has not stopped talking about since. She told Olympics.com before that Newark show that so many people call me their hero, which is like so strange. She said it's definitely crazy to get so much recognition. 16,000 people screaming. Strange does not begin to cover it. Then on May 17, 17 days into a tour that has been selling out arenas from coast to coast, she came home. The SAP Center in San Jose. The capacity crowd had been waiting through 4 acts of Olympic figure skaters, world champions, and national champions and medalists, all of them elite, all of them performing at the highest level their sport offers. And then the arena went dark. A single spotlight found the center of the ice. And the first few notes of promise by Laufey, the same Laufey whose song her MacArthur Park free skate program had been connected to all season, began to play. The crowd drowned it out. Before Alyssa Lou had taken a single stroke. Before the first jump. Before the first spin. Before any element of the program that won her the Olympic gold medal 3 months ago had been performed. The capacity crowd at the SAP Center drowned out the opening piano notes of her music with screams so loud that a reporter who was in the building wrote that he thought the ceiling was going to blow off. This is not a Stars on Ice story. This is something that has never happened to figure skating in America before. And the people who understand the sport know it. Let us talk about what Stars on Ice actually is before we talk about what it has become this year. Because the contrast between the two things is the whole story. Stars on Ice has been running in some form since 1986. It is the postseason showcase tour for elite American figure skaters, the vehicle through which Olympic and world champions have brought their programs to cities across the country for 4 decades. It is beloved by the skating community. It sells tickets. It fills smaller arenas and mid-sized venues across America every spring and gives skating fans the chance to see their favorite athletes perform live outside of competition. The crowds are typically skating crowds. Dedicated. Knowledgeable. People who can identify a triple lutz from a triple flip by the edge the skater takes off from. People who have been attending since the Brian Boitano years, since the Michelle Kwan years, since the Nathan Chen years. The faithful. This year Brian Boitano, who won Olympic gold at the 1988 Calgary Games and headlined the Stars on Ice tour in the seasons that followed, told the Bay Area News Group something that put the current moment in exact historical context. He said when they introduced him in the opening number on the first stop of his first tour, he thought the ceiling was going to blow off because the cheers were so loud. He remembered the specific electricity of a crowd that had just watched you win Olympic gold and was seeing you perform for the first time in their city. He said that about 1988. About post-Calgary excitement for a figure skater fresh off an Olympic title. He was describing the same thing that is happening in every arena Alyssa Lou walks into in May 2026. Except in 1988 there was no Instagram. There was no hair flip clip with tens of millions of views. There was number 8 million follower surge in 75 days. There was no Taylor Swift narrating your Olympic promotional video. And then presenting her with Artist of the Year at the iHeartRadio Awards 3 weeks later. The ceiling almost blew off for Boitano in 1988. The ceiling is actually blowing off for Lou in 2026. And the difference between almost and actually is the specific amplification that the modern media environment provides to an athlete who goes viral at the right moment. Now let us talk about the San Jose homecoming specifically because the details from that show, published just 8 hours ago, are the most emotionally complete account of what this tour is actually doing to the people who attend it. The SAP Center is the 20th stop on a 26-leg tour. She has been doing this since April 16 in Fort Myers, Florida. One arena after another. City after city. The same gold medal program performed night after night for audiences that have waited since Milan to see it live. And the 20th stop is the one that brought her home. The Bay Area. Her city. The place that gave her a key shaped like an oak tree. The place that painted a 15-foot mural of her in Temescal. The place whose mayor said Alyssa Liu is Oakland and meant every word of it. Fans of all genders sported the blonde and brunette halo hairstyle she wears. T-shirts with her face printed on them were everywhere. The crowd was not just the skating faithful. It was all ages, all backgrounds, all levels of figure skating knowledge, united by the specific connection they had formed with one 20-year-old from across the bay who had gone to Italy and won 2 gold medals and come back a different kind of famous. There was a 15-year-old named Savanna who drove from Sacramento specifically to see this show. Savanna has dyed her hair to match Alyssa's signature striped look. She was at SAP Center because Alyssa Lou inspired her hairstyle and she wanted to be in the building when the person who inspired it skated. There was a fan named Lucy Chin who dyed their hair in an Alyssa Lou fashion. And overnight drove from California to be at the show. They said simply, I have always looked up to them. And then they said, this is a life-changing moment for me today. Life-changing. Not exciting. Not cool. Life-changing. For a figure skating show. And there was Elvie Pepper. Elvie Pepper is 3 months old. She was enthralled by Lou's performance on her grandparents' television. And she was at her first ever figure skating event at the SAP Center in San Jose on May 17, 2026, brought by family members who wanted her to be in the room for something historic even if she will not remember it. A 3-month-old baby's first outing. A 15-year-old's dyed hair. An overnight drive from California. These are not the reactions of a dedicated niche sports audience. These are the reactions of people for whom Alyssa Liu has become something more personal than athletic performance usually becomes. She has become a figure that people organize their lives around. Temporarily. In the way that people organize their lives around artists and musicians and cultural figures rather than athletes. After finishing her set and raising her hands, she grabbed the microphone. She looked at the SAP Center crowd. And she said the thing that brought every person in that building back to Milan in February at the exact moment it mattered most. That's what I'm talking about. The same line. The exact same words she had screamed into the camera after the most important 4 minutes and 8 seconds of her life in Milan. The line that had spread everywhere in February before she had even left the ice. The line that became the most shared figure skating clip in the history of the internet. She said it again in San Jose to the home crowd, the people who had been in her corner since before any of this was possible, and the building responded the way the building had been responding all afternoon. Like the ceiling was going to blow off. Here's what this tour is actually demonstrating beyond the emotional moments and the crowd reactions. It is making a statistical and economic argument about the value of Alyssa Liu's specific kind of celebrity that the sports industry is going to be studying for years. Stars on Ice has historically operated in venues with capacities between 3,000 and 8,000 seats. The tour is expanded this year. 26 legs instead of the typical 22 or fewer. Larger venues added in cities that would not typically be on the Stars on Ice route. The reason is not complicated. The ticket demand that followed Alyssa Liu's Olympic performance made the normal infrastructure of this tour insufficient for the audience it was going to attract. 16,000 at Prudential Center in Newark. A capacity crowd at the SAP Center in San Jose, the 20th stop of the tour, which means the audience has not diminished as the tour has progressed. She is not experiencing the typical drop-off that touring performers experience as the novelty of a new season fades and the casual fan falls away. She is filling arenas at Stop 20 the same way she filled them at Stop 1. That is not a skating phenomenon. That is a cultural phenomenon that happens to involve skating. And she is going back into training after this tour ends on May 31st. She confirmed to Olympics.com that she plans to compete in the ISU Grand Prix season starting in the fall. She said she is excited to get back into training with coaches Philip DiGuglielmo and Massimo Scali. She said they have not yet discussed the goals for next season. She said about the Grand Prix season simply that she did not hesitate when asked if she planned on competing in it. She is going back. She is bringing everything the past 75 days has built with her. The 8 million followers. The Nike deal. The Louis Vuitton relationship. The Taylor Swift connection. The Met Gala credential. The 16,000-seat arenas. All of it is the foundation of the next competitive season. And every coach in the world who will face her on the ice next fall knows exactly what is coming. Not just a figure skater. The figure skater who changed what the sport means in America. On a tour that is blowing the ceiling off arenas from Newark to San Jose. That's what I'm talking about.